Hello and welcome to Community View. I'm Melissa Anderson. You know, each year we try and touch base with what's happening in our surrounding communities in Washington County. With me today is Mayor Chris Hart of Ivins, Utah. Please tell us about what's going on out there in Ivins. I mean, you guys got a lot of moving and shaking going on with the dirt.
Yeah, major developments occurring out there. Residential slowed down a little bit like it has everywhere due to high interest rates, but on the commercial front, we've got tremendous, particularly resort-related development going on. Black Desert being the headline out there, developing at an extremely rapid pace. I was told they're investing roughly $10 million a week in construction activity out there to try and get ready for the tournaments they have coming up. Beyond that, we have continuing residential and multifamily developments occurring out there, and then some cool projects coming up, especially at Tuacahn. They're expanding their seating from roughly 2,000 to roughly 2,500 seats. We have a nice little RV resort developing just south of Highway 91, beautiful place called Hidden Springs, being developed by the owners of the property. It's a land that's been in their family for many, many years that they've farmed and wanted to keep it in perpetuity, and decided that this would be a great way to do that. So that's going to be a lovely addition to the city as well.
Well, you have a lot going on, so my next question would be, how do we get all the housing for all the people that are going to be coming in to fill the jobs or come to the community or stay? I mean, you've always been kind of noted as a little bedroom community, but you're going to be bursting at the seams pretty soon.
Well, it's a real problem. For one thing, housing in Ivins is more expensive than it is anywhere in the county by a significant amount. And so housing affordability, providing housing for folks that will be working in the service jobs, for example, at these major resorts, and even as it applies to essential workers relating to medical fields and education, and even essential services within the city. You know, our police and firefighters. It's tough to find a home in Ivins that fits with even the average median income in Washington County. So we're really struggling with that. It boils down to market forces mostly, but the city's got to do some things to try and make smaller, tighter lot, less expensive homes available in our community for that very purpose.
Now, I've seen some development out on Highway 91. Is that apartments, and will that help with the people who are going to be employed at the Black Desert?
It may some. I mean, there's some townhomes out there, and we have other projects that look like they're going to be materializing along that line. That certainly is one way to improve affordability, is to pull units together in multifamily settings. But we wrestle with that out in Ivins, because the standard kind of barracks-looking building is not one that our folks want to see happen. So we actually have an affordable housing task force that we're reigniting this spring to look at things like what's called mansion-style multifamily, that's a little more appealing looking, but still accomplishes that same purpose, puts 6 or 8 units in one building. And then, like I say, looking at areas of the city where we can truly put together the right kind of zoning and bring in the right kind of developer to provide starter home environments and retiree. I mean, when people retire, oftentimes they want to leave the big home and go to something smaller. And we don't have a lot of that kind of inventory in Ivins.
Right. Well, you've been out there a long time. You got one of the greatest views in the whole Washington County. So I'm glad that you and the residents are taking a look at that, because it does make a difference. When can we expect the women's golf and the men's golf tournaments to come along?
So the PGA tournament has actually been scheduled. It occurs this coming October. It's the FedEx Cup. I mean, it's the top flight of the PGA Tour, and that's really remarkable. I haven't had anything like that in the whole state of Utah for 60 years, and now Black Desert is hosting that. And then the following spring, don't know exactly when, the LPGA comes to town for for their tournament, their first one. And these will be annual for a few years to come. I'm not sure exactly what the contracts are, but it's not just going to be a one-year affair. Interestingly, Black Desert's golf course, which has been in use now for roughly a year, was just rated as number 22 in the United States by USA Today. And so it's a fantastic course. We're no doubt going to see many people coming, not just for the tour event, but coming to play that course. So Ivins is hit the big time.
That's great, great. So, well, we'll have to check back with you on that and find out how that's all going, but it's going to definitely bring a lot of income into your community, and I imagine we're going to see more and more business popping up since we've seen a lot in the past as well.
Well, you'd think that something like this, it's the largest, largest resort in the state of Utah and beyond for a ways. So we're going to have 2,000 or 3,000 visitors in our city at any given time, and that's a really different dynamic. We're kind of bracing for that, trying to figure out how we keep that quiet bedroom community feel on into the future. That's one of the challenges we face, but we've consolidated our resort development mostly on the east side, and a couple of others isolated elsewhere. But people, the visitors to our community aren't going to have to drive through the city to get anywhere, and so I think we're going to be able to be successful at keeping it kind of like it is.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Mayor, for joining us today, and congratulations on all the accomplishments that you've been having out there. So I appreciate it. Appreciate you joining us on the 2024, and Happy New Year.
Same to you. It's good to be with you.
And thanks for all of you for watching us, this show, and we hope you'll stick around and watch more in the future. Thanks for watching.